What's up?
Welcome back, everybody.
Let's go.
Another episode of Grownup Kids. I'm Jessie.
I'm Seth. I feel like I rarely look at the camera.
I think I do more than you, but I still don't very often either. It's because we're like talking to each other, but I will say my neck kind of starts to hurt when I'm just doing this the whole time, which is why like last episode I was just like fully turned. And then sometimes I'm just like this and I'll just look over at you for a second because I'm like, I don't want to keep like my neck hurt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's legit. I don't know. I like looking into the corner of the room. I like looking at this blue guitar that's on this guitar stand over here. I like looking at the desk and the way that the chords are falling off the desk, which is, it was distracting me.
Yeah, last week you were...
Was it last week or a different episode? I also like looking at the shadows on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Also, I envision myself, see this plastic falling out? We need a shot of that, by the way. Like, take a picture of that, put it really quick in the episode. Okay,
awesome.
There's plastic coming out of the wall.
Because they cut into the wall, into the drywall to try and fix something.
Yeah, whatever. So
we don't live, or we do live. I live here. We don't own this. We rent it. So it's like they just fix problems when they happen.
I don't live here, so to me, it's just like, what the heck is going on here? There's a piece of plastic hanging out of the wall.
Yeah, I wish I knew.
Right, but I envision myself walking up with a box cutter knife and slicing that piece of plastic off.
I would love to do that too.
Yeah, no, I thought about it every time we filmed an episode for probably the last like 2 months or whatever it's been.
Yikes.
And I want to do it so bad. I might do it after we're done filming this episode.
But I feel so calm. Do you know what that is?
Wait, what is that?
Hey,
No. Yeah, wait. Yeah.
It's like a
daylight come and you wanna go home.
It's a trending sound right now. The I work all night, but I feel so calm. People will like just put a little video of them doing something while they with that audio.
Oh, that's fun.
But it's been stuck in my head. Also, real quick, we didn't like dive into anything, which this is good because every time we dive into something for quickly, it ends up being the whole episode. But have you watched $1 Million Secret yet?
No.
Okay.
We almost started the other night, but we decided to start Love is Blind season 8.
Oh, okay.
Which like I don't mind Love is Blind as much. There's a different Netflix one called The Ultimatum, and that show is just like the biggest joke to me.
I saw a reel, which also $1 Million Secret. I have a different point. $1 Million Secret is so freaking good.
Man,
the last two episodes.
You're the only person I've talked to that has that opinion.
No, Stone was talking to us about it yesterday, and he said he loves it.
Oh, that's cool. Some of the other people...
Kaden and I literally eating it up. I love it.
Interesting.
Honestly, like, Survivor will always be my OG reality, like, TV game show. I'm not saying it's better than Survivor. And Survivor is always going to be my favorite. Survivor's the top. Survivor's just, like, top tier. I haven't watched Big Brother. I've barely watched The Challenge, so I understand that those are up there for you. $1 Million Secret, I will say, like, I enjoy it very much.
Wow.
Like, it's not better than Survivor, but it's not that far below. Like,
Whoa.
I'm saying, like, Survivor, $1 Million Secret. Like, it's not, like, the bottom of the barrel.
Interesting. Kiana's
really
side of the family, like, the majority of people on that side of the family all watch pretty much all of these reality shows. Like, Kiana's sister, Kyla, and so, like, my sister-in-law, Kyla, and my brother-in-law, Jared, like, they watch pretty much all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kiana's mom, so my mother-in-law, she watches most of it, almost all of these shows. My aunt-in-law and my and uncle-in-law, and then my aunt-in-law and uncle-in-law, and then some of the cousins-in-law, they all watch most of these shows, if not all of them as well. So we have like a big group chat where we talk about this stuff. And so far the reaction, and they all like, I would say for the most part, like, I agree with almost all their opinions on most things. Like, we almost always all see eye to eye. And so far, their opinion on $1 Million Secret is it's like, it's worth watching, it's fun, but it's not as good as any of the other shows that we watch. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, I'm not saying
significantly
it's
not.
better. But I do really think it's fun. I really like it.
Interesting. I'm excited to watch. I know I'll enjoy watching it regardless, and I know
Yeah.
it'll be a good show.
I
I don't know
like-
if where you're throwing it, I don't know if I'll get there.
I
but
guess. I don't know. Kate and I are just having a really fun time watching it.
fun is all that matters with these shows.
I really, really like that it's like a bunch of random people. I like that none of them are celebrities or like
I love
past players of other things.
Ooh, I love past players. I
do
don't like
too,
celebrities.
But I like just in this instance that it's like a fresh, random, normal people.
Especially for a first season of a show.
Yeah.
You don't want returning players from other things.
No.
You don't want celebrities. You want a fresh
I like
cast.
that. I like the host is Stanley with a C from Couples Retreat.
awesome.
So like I love that he's on it. In terms of like because it's similar-ish to Traders, I like it much more than Traders.
That's so interesting. Everybody online says it's a poor man's Traders, and the only reason they're watching $1 Million Secret is because there's not a season of Traders to watch right now. To be clear,
I don't know. I like it better. I think the challenges are better. I think the host is a lot less annoying. Alan Cummings just really annoys me. I think he's so annoying.
That's crazy. Also, it's Cumming. It's not. There's no
Cumming.
S on it. Yeah,
not Cummings.
Correct.
Okay. Well, he just is way too dramatic for me.
No.
Like I just can't do it.
Okay, first of all, Alan is a gem. He is over the top, but it's on purpose. It's funny as frick.
No,
and if you
I
hear
don't
him,
think it's funny.
No, it is. If you hear him talk about hosting the show too, it's also really hilarious.
I feel like that would probably make me appreciate it more because I know that he knows it's stupid, but like it is annoying. It's aggravating to me.
No, you're wrong.
I don't know. $1 Million Secret though, it's like watching the people because it's like they like for so long aren't lying and then all of a sudden they do have to lie.
Yeah.
Like once you become the millionaire because the box of money like moves based on like if people go home or certain challenges or the agendas they accomplish or whatever.
Yeah. I was talking to...
It's so fascinating to see like them be like so good at the game and then all of a sudden they're like, frick, I have to lie. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like in your face with that kind of stuff than it is with like Survivor or something like that because it's like with Survivor, one of those shows, like you could be lying the whole time or you could not lie the whole time and you could still make it to the end and like it just kind of depends. This, it's like someone's gonna boldface ask you and like boldface. I said it right that time. Last episode, I didn't say it right.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I don't feel like I say that very often, and it's come up in the last 2 episodes. Anyway,
boldface kind of day.
Somebody's gonna ask you, and like you have to lie in order to like not get voted out. So it's just I don't know. Like I like it a lot. It's super fun to watch, and the way that it's played out has been like, what are the chances? Like, there's been a lot of moments like that of like, wow, this all came together probably even better than the producers could have wished for it to go.
Nice.
So it's fun.
My brother-in-law, Jared, he made a point with the show where he's like, I feel like the people in the show they're not playing as strategically as they should with some things.
Some of them for sure could be playing more strategically, definitely.
And one of the things he said is like the smart thing to do. And I don't understand the game, and I might be misunderstanding some of the things that he was saying, but he said the smart thing to do once you know who has the money, you just leave them there. You don't vote them out. You leave them there, let them keep the money until the end, then you vote them out at the end, and then it all shifts or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, the fact that they just vote the person out that they think has the money every time, he's like, it's like an inferior strategy. Like it's actually a dumb way to play.
No, yeah, I would agree with that, but it is still fun to watch.
Interesting. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to watch it.
I like it.
To be clear, just to clarify, as far as Traders, I think Traders US is really cool. It's really fun being filled with like these celebrities
Traders
or whatever.
US is the Alan Cumming one, right? Okay.
Yep. It's like cool. And I like watching it. I enjoy it. Traders UK is miles better. Miles.
Same thing with Love Island. The UK version of things is way better.
I'm just here to tell you,
maybe besides the Office.
Listener, if you've listened to or if you've watched Traders US and you thought, oh, this is a pretty good show, or even if you love it, you need to watch UK. They have 3 seasons. It? They have 3 seasons of Traders UK out. It's just like a UK radio lady.
I wonder if I know who it is.
Oh crap, what's her name? It's oh my gosh. I can see her face in my mind, and her name.
I might start watching that.
Her name starts with a C. Oh, come on, Seth. It's oh man,
I work all night, but
she's great though. She's a great host, and she's way more like She's way more chill as far as like as a host. She's
Claudia
not
Winkleman.
Claudia, Seth. I knew it was a C. Yeah, she's wonderful. She's a wonderful host. And she like really cares about the game. Like she'll be in the middle of it in the challenges. You know how Alan Cumming will make like his little, like his vibe is very like sarcastic. And his vibe is like, well, if they don't get the money, I don't care, you know, or whatever. She's like, come on, guys, get here. You can do it. You need this money. Let's go. Like she's just way more like
almost like Jeff Probst.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I mean, she's got her own flavor. She's really great. She's really great.
Strictly. That's like a big thing in the UK. It's like almost there Dancing with the Stars.
Okay. She does that.
All of the like UK vloggers that I watch, like they're always like, "Oh, Strictly's on tonight" or whatever. And so
this Claudia
I think
Winkleman does
she
that
must be one of the hosts or
judge?
she's been. It says since 2004. So.
Oh, nice. All right, should we do Song of the Week and get to the episode?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Let's do it.
My Song of the Week is called "Hospital Beach" by Cottonwood Firing Squad.
Wow, that's so specific. I mean, it's a song.
Yeah,
I guess, but
it is a specific song. Yep.
Very true.
Hospital Beach by Cottonwood Firing Squad.
I've never heard of that.
Discover Weekly.
My Song of the Week is My Sweet Lord by George Harrison.
Nice. George Harrison.
Do you know what song that is?
The whiniest of the four.
Yeah, but his music is still really good.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with Matty G. And he was
one
like...
of Seth's students.
Yeah, well, former students. He's graduating now.
Wait,
just one of the
did?
boys. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But Matty G was asking me, like, how would you rank your favorite of the Beatles? How would you rank your favorites 1 to 4? And then how would you rank their solo careers 1 to 4 and like all this stuff? And it was really funny because I was basically just like, I like all 4 of them. Like I love all 4 of them. Okay. That's factual. But if we're saying one to be at the bottom because I just thought he was really whiny and just kind of insecure and whatever, it's George.
Also though, but like John Lennon is kind of annoying
I get it.
too.
Well, he's 3rd for me.
Yeah.
Paul and Ringo
are just so like
2.
unproblematic and
yeah.
they just make good songs.
It seemed that way, and I'm sure it's not always. The way it's portrayed. You don't always.
The problem is that only John and Ringo are the ones that are still alive.
Paul and Ringo.
Sorry.
Yep. Yeah. Sad stuff.
Did I tell you that we sent our, like, you know, we sent like a bunch of extra save the dates to companies and stuff like that. We sent one to Paul McCartney because people say like he'd send back autographs and stuff like that.
Interesting.
And the letter came back to us. It had an international stamp on it. Like it went all the way to his house. It came back to us and it gives you like there's a sticker on it that says like why it came back. And it's like the options. I can't remember all the options. Options were like sender like rejected, wrong address, like not enough postage. I don't know. There's just like all these things, right? And then one of them was like addressee or like recipient not home. And that was the one checked. So like I don't know what the postal service is like in the UK.
They only give you your mail if you're home, obviously.
But like it went all the way to his house and they just didn't deliver it because he wasn't home and sent it all the way back to Michigan.
Just send it again. It's fine.
But like, what if he's not home again?
Just keep sending it over and over. Like
until he accepts it.
You're gonna be like 12 years into marriage. You and Kaden are gonna have multiple kids, and then like finally, the letter you get back is not gonna be yours with a stamp. It's gonna be a letter like from him, and it's gonna be like,
stop
hey,
sending.
No, he's gonna be like, hey, I'm so sorry, I haven't been home for the last 12 years. Here's some autographs. Here's some merch. I'm so sorry it's taken so long. I mean, maybe this is the beginning of like some story of you getting some crazy box.
That would be really cool.
Like crazy stuff.
I would love that. Or tickets. That would be nice too.
Yeah.
Love to see him live. But yeah, it was just funny.
That'd have
like,
to happen pretty soon, you know.
I would expect it to be like, I would expect it to be like rejected or like wrong address. But it was just like, he wasn't home.
That's so funny.
Like, okay, well then put it in the mailbox.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's what the mailbox is for.
Do they not have mailboxes in the UK? I think we should get
They
this
do,
question.
though.
Well,
And my thing
no,
is
I know
like,
I'm just
what
being
if he
silly.
like? I'm sure he has like a home somewhere in America too. So it's like, is he just in America right now? Well, then like, wouldn't his mail be held somewhere to like be forwarded or something like that, or
Or just be
somebody's
picked up.
going
Like,
through it? Like,
well, he definitely has somebody that is like probably going through his mail
right.
for him or something.
So like,
Yeah.
give it to that person.
I
Put
don't
it in his
freaking know.
mailbox. I don't know, but like, don't send it why'd you send it all the way back to us
Yeah, I mean, it's a mystery.
just to tell us he wasn't home?
If you just call the postman there in, where does he live? Liverpool?
I don't remember what address we put on there.
I mean, I have
think it's
no
at
idea
Caden's
where he
house
lives.
right now. Somewhere
But-
in England. We also sent one to Declan McKenna. Haven't heard back from him yet.
Ah, come on, Declan. All right. What was your song of the week?
I
Oh yeah,
don't
my
even think I
sweet, my
said
sweet Lord.
one. Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I was
Solid.
about to literally pull out a whole different song of the week.
All right. Well, we had thought of a question that'd be fun for today's episode, and it is, what are the things about you? And we'll both answer. I'm not asking just you, and then like
Yeah.
roast yourself, and then end of episode. But what are the things about you, your personality, your likes or dislikes, like just the things about you that can be difficult inside of a romantic relationship? So you're engaged to Caden. I'm married to Kiana. What about you could
I know,
make
I
things
was trying to
difficult?
think about this. I do think there's things that like I just didn't realize until I was in a relationship. Like things you learn about yourself where you're like, well, I did not know I was going to feel like that or
Yeah.
like react like that or whatever.
Yeah.
But the main thing that I think comes to mind is like I just like things done a certain way.
Yeah, you do.
And
Yeah, you do. It's annoying.
like
I mess with you.
I just think, and Caden he's not like bad at this. It's not like I'm sitting here like he doesn't do anything right or anything like that at all. But I'm sure on some level it probably could be, I could be less attached to the way that I like things done. And when I say that, I mean like okay, here's the one example I can think of.
Okay.
Driving.
Okay.
When Caden drives and I'm in the passenger seat, it's not like a peaceful experience for me. Because I'm on alert.
Why?
Because if I don't, he will have already hit a car.
Has he gotten in accidents before? Okay.
Yeah.
Has he? Has he hit?
Small ones, yeah, but he has. Yeah.
He has?
Yeah.
Like
More
driving
than
on his
once.
own?
Yeah, or with like one other person in the car, not me.
Okay.
But like
Interesting.
and he knows because as soon as it happens, he looks at me and like he'll put a hand on me because he feels bad. But like he won't be braking and just is like, I'm like, Caden, and then he'll be like, sorry, and I'm like, you're moments away from just smacking into that car, and you're like, oh, my bad, and I'm sitting here like, if I'm not paying attention, how many times will we have already gotten into a car accident? Like,
Interesting.
I just feel I do feel as if there is a nagging part of me that comes out in a relationship. There's just certain things that I'm like, what are you doing? But the way that I say it or the frequency with which I say some of those things probably is annoying. So that's my first one that I can think of.
I know I like to joke with you and mess with you, but I'm not like nodding my head like, yeah, you're like that. I'm just nodding my head like, oh,
No,
okay,
yeah.
I hear you.
It's just like, okay, here it is. I pay attention so much to small things and to little details, and I'm just like overly aware of things.
Okay.
And Caden is less aware of things.
Yeah.
In certain contexts, not in everything.
Yep.
In some things he's super detailed, and in other things I'm not as detailed. But like, I think some of that comes around to bite me in the butt because I voice stuff about it, which is probably not always super fun for Kaden.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. I take a really long time in the bathroom, no matter what I'm doing. So if I'm showering, it's just such a long shower. It's just like I enjoy standing there in the warm water so much.
The way
It's
your
so
eyes like
great.
rolled back in your head when you said that.
It's just wonderful. And I take my time drying off and like
What do you mean?
I don't know, just like it's not a rush. Like I'm not like I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like I'm just kind of stand there for a minute, be like, I'll dry off in a second. Like it's all good.
You stand there dripping outside the shower?
Not outside the shower,
Oh,
but
okay.
like, yeah, the water's off and I'm just standing there for like a minute. Like it's just fine. Like I'm not in a
Wait,
rush.
really?
I'm not in a rush. Or like if I need
Interesting.
to drop a deuce, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying in general, trying to like talk about it in a way that's like not like super like tough to talk about or listen to. But like I'm there, I'm chilling, play a game on my phone or read up on some articles or whatever. Like I'm just there. I'm having an experience.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, especially since having kids, it makes life a little bit more difficult. Like basically every time I go into the bathroom and want to take all this time, like it basically sticks Kiana with all these responsibilities of like, yeah, it's basically all you right now because like I'm in the bathroom having me time, you know? So it's like so it's like not
'Cause I'm in the
conducive.
bathroom having me time.
It's not conducive. I never really go.
Conducive.
Yeah, I never go into
Wait, you don't get it.
no conducive, like doo doo.
No, you're adding more than you need to right now. Conduce.
Deuce.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. But conducive is the word.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh, okay.
deuce,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, got you.
because you're in the bathroom.
Yeah, I got you. Okay,
Do
I
you
got
get
you.
it?
Yeah, deuce. Drop deuce.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, so yeah, it's not conducive to having children, and it's just not like I don't go in there with the malicious idea or thought of like I'm gonna spend a ton of time in here. I just go in there and that's just what happens, and then afterwards I feel really badly pretty much every time. But then also Kiana is like the type of person where like it's starting to hit that like it's been 30 minutes, bro. She'll send a text message, another text message, another text message.
Well,
And so
yeah.
then I'm like in there like, oh my gosh, stop texting me. Just let me do my thing.
Well, then actually
And
do it. Why does it take that long?
yeah, no, it's a great point. I think sometimes it's both, right? Like sometimes you need the time. Other times you don't need it. You're just sitting there doing whatever, or you're just staying in the shower, enjoying the warm shower. Like you're not showering.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
basking.
Yeah, basking is a good word for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing for me. I know it's a little
That's
less
funny,
serious,
though.
but
Yeah.
it's been like that my whole life. I mean, before I was married, I lived at home. I just took the longest showers and was in the bathroom for the longest time, and everyone would just be like, "Seth, hurry up!" Blah, blah,
Which,
blah. I'm
like,
just
to be
"Dog."
honest, I don't really even feel like we ran into too much because I took long showers too. So it's like,
Yeah,
I
just
feel like when
remember
we ran
it was
into it,
mom
probably
and
was
dad.
when Ben lived with us. He would get in with both of us because we would take long showers and you would take forever in the bathroom.
That's really fair. That's really fair, and like
Which
he had every right to
honestly,
feel that way.
yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
at all.
Mom and dad also used to get really upset too because it'd be like, okay, we're leaving at this time, Seth, get ready. And then I get ready and they'd be like, okay, dude, we're late now. Like, what the frick?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not
super ideal for anybody
it's not
else in your
ideal.
life.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
I have one I can think
Yeah,
of.
go for it.
I feel like this one's less serious because yours is a little bit less serious. So I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize we were going less serious.
Yeah, I think it's both.
I think, which I'm getting better at this actually. Actually, I'm getting quite a lot better at this. But for a while, I just would not feel like making food once it came time to use the groceries that were bought. And so there was a period there where Kate and I were eating out so much because both of us were just like, oh, that'd be fast and easy. It's not that expensive. But then, of course, like, it all adds up so fast.
Yeah, very, very quickly.
But, like, that, and I will say this one's still a thing, which Caden also is kind of on this ship as well. So it's not great for either of us. But we both just love getting a fun drink. Or it's like, oh, let's get a little snack. Or it's like an excuse to just, like, pop into a gas station and grab a little drink, a little snack. something like that, or like
To the place where they're the most expensive.
yeah, or like if we are grocery shopping at like Aldi or something, it's like, oh, well, we got to get like a little fun drink. So it's just
Yeah.
like that's probably not great for us,
Yeah, I get that.
but it's like a less serious little like trait or something.
I get that.
It's more like, should we spend the money? Probably not, but like my personality wants it, so
Yeah,
are we going to? Probably.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a great thing on my end is like I just spend money when I get money. So
Same.
yep, walked into marriage with $150 and Kiana walked into marriage with like I think like 8,000. So we had $8,150.
That's so funny because I saw a reel literally yesterday that was like a picture of a guy and a girl that was like, we're so broke. And then you like swipe and it's like an asterisk, and his version of broke is he has like $3,000. Her version of broke is like $350. And one of the comments was, you're broke with $300 or $3,000 and $3,003.50. Wow, I couldn't say that. But that's like exactly what you just said. So that's funny.
Yeah, no, it's like I don't part of like the working population, working part-time jobs, making probably anywhere between, $12,000 and $25,000 a year, and for at least 3-4 years. And yeah, I walked into marriage with $150. So
yeah.
yeah,
honestly, it makes
really
me feel better
interesting.
about where I'm at because I'm doing a lot better than that.
Let's go. Let's go.
But like, I feel as if that is also one of my things that would maybe be not so great for being in a relationship, because it's like I literally just the other day to Caden, I think it was yesterday. Because we've had to like get a bunch of different outfits for like our wedding, our friend Sadie's wedding, our friend Bella's wedding is coming up. It's like, and as a girl, there's like, oh, you've got the bridal shower, you've got the rehearsal dinner, you've got the bachelorette, and like everything like this, and then you have your bridesmaid's dress and stuff like. So I had to order my bridesmaid's dress for Bella's wedding, and then which I found for $100 cheaper than I was supposed to pay. So that was a plus right there.
Hey.
Got some money back.
Hey.
But
I think I ordered my stuff.
Your suit?
I think so.
Good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, and then like Caden had to get it,
buddy.
Caden had to get another suit outside of his wedding suit for the rehearsal and to wear to Sadie's wedding and stuff like that. And just like, you just need like 1 or 2 suits, I feel like, as a guy.
Yeah, probably.
Like black, probably, and then like one other one. Or
I don't have
something.
any until the one I ordered for your wedding.
Oh, wow.
So,
well, you at least used to have one because you had one for your wedding. And like suit pants and stuff.
Screw dressing up. It's for chumps.
No, it's not. It's literally for the wealthy. In the rehearsal, you kind of got to like not dress up a little bit.
Well, yeah, like.
Not jeans.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is like, I don't care if I'm wealthy. I'm not dressing up. That's for chumps.
I love dressing up. It's like, I love it.
And when it happens and I have to, and it's like literally like a mandatory thing, I feel great. But no, I'm not doing that like regularly. Oh no.
Well, no one, I'm not saying do it regularly. I'm doing
find
it for
ways.
events.
I just find ways to look nice and be comfortable every day. This right here, this is perfect.
Honestly,
I look great.
same. I'm just saying when it's like there's a fun event, like you dress up. But also, okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Also, as a girl, it's easier because like wearing a dress is easier than wearing a suit. It's probably comfier.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Anyways, I had to get some stuff, but then I needed like one other dress, like nicer dress for some stuff for Sadie. But it's like one that I can also use for other things. But it was funny because I like had already said like, okay, I think we're done like getting stuff like this, and then I ordered it like the next day, and I was like, I have to tell you something, and he just started laughing. I was like, I ordered a dress, and he was like, okay, and I was just like, but like I can wear it for this and this and this, and it's like more of not such a fancy thing, so it can be more casual, and it's just like I can just wear it in general after all these things. And he was like, that's fine, like, and I was like, okay. And also like the money from it is actually coming from this, which I made separately, but I was just like justifying all of it. He was like, it's not that big of a deal, like.
That's funny.
But it was just funny because I was like, I already did say that I was going to be done, and then I did order something else. So I do feel bad, but I do need to tell you about this.
Yeah.
So it was funny.
I thought of one that's a little bit more like serious.
Mhm.
Like for me as a person, like I actually thought of two things that are serious. Okay, number one,
Okay.
I am not like this super, just in general, I'm not like a super cuddly person. Like like I don't feel more loved when like Kiana and I cuddle. Like I
Really?
just feel super loved regardless, to be perfectly honest.
Oh,
And
that's sweet.
it doesn't really change for me when we take time to cuddle.
Okay.
So it's not like for me, I don't really think of it as like a need, or it's like I don't like get in bed at night and then be like, wow, like why isn't my wife cuddling me right now? You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Mhm.
why doesn't she want to cuddle with me right now?
Mhm.
You know? So that's just kind of not my personality. It's not really who I am. Kiana's a little bit different where she really like, if Seth takes the time to cuddle with me, like that really helps me feel more loved. Right. So like, I don't know if she'd word it exactly like that, but I feel like I'm pretty close. So that I think like that part of my personality can be a little bit difficult inside of
Mm.
a relationship when like kind of like the two people that are in a relationship maybe have like different ideas of like the needs on that sense.
Mhm.
So it's like Kiana has learned that like I love her and that isn't like whether or not I want to cuddle in a given moment is not indicative of how much I love her. And then I've learned that like I've learned to try to think of those things more often or notice them. And I mean, I haven't always done the best job. And then I'm sure there's been moments where she's like still put more of an emphasis on it than like she would really need to or whatever. Like, I'm sure we're both still, I
Mm.
mean, we've been married for like
Almost 8
almost
years.
8 years. And it's like, I mean, you still just figure it out as time goes,
Mm.
but
Which, like, wow, you've been together for 10 years.
yeah, actually, we've been together 10 years as of like
March.
2 weeks ago or a
Yeah.
week ago.
Wow. Oh, that's
Yep.
sweet.
That's when we started dating 10
That's
years ago.
crazy.
I know. I
Wow.
know.
Wait, so
And
that
then you posted,
picture
yeah, you posted that picture of us.
was, like, right after you started dating.
Yeah, we would have taken that picture within probably like a
Do
week.
you remember what we were doing when we took
We
that
went to a
picture?
movie, Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go.
Nice. Wow, I'm so glad that you remembered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like, when the 7th one was coming out, I think, and you and I watched through all of them before that because you were like, "We should go see the 7th," and then it, like, became a thing where we always saw them,
Yeah.
which we saw the 8th and the 9th
Yeah,
one
I
in
haven't
the
seen the 10th
theaters.
still.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah. I mean, I want to watch it at some point, but it is
Was it 8 or 9 that had the car that, like, went into space?
9.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it was insane.
That was
Like, what are
crazy.
we even talking about right
No,
now?
I remember we were just sitting in the theater like, "What the frick are
We
we
were
watching right
laughing.
now?"
We were
Yeah.
cracking up laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, did you see that? Because we also kinda did the same thing with John Wick, where, like, you showed them to me, and then we went and saw the 3rd one. Did you s I also have not watched the 4th one, I need to, but
Oh my gosh, what are you
I
doing?
do need to watch it.
It's so
I really wanna
good.
show them to Caden, so we need to watch through all them.
No, if you watch the first 3, can we need to like set up a time, like you come over to our house or something.
Oh,
I
wait,
want to
that'd be
watch
so
John
fun.
Wick 4 with you guys.
Okay.
Oh, it's so
But
good.
also, did you see they're
Oh.
coming out with that movie Ballerina with Ana de Armas?
Yes.
That's like a spinoff.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
And apparently in that movie, John Wick is a little bit more of like an antagonist than a protagonist. Apparently.
Oh, really?
I was reading
The
something about
trailer
that.
didn't look like that, but
Maybe I'm
interesting.
wrong. Maybe I read
I mean, you
something
might
that
be.
confused me. I read one thing
I know
one
he's
time
not,
and
like,
I'm
the
like
main
faintly
character,
remembering.
but he's just, like, in it.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong then. I don't know. I was
Seemed like
confused
he's
because it was
gonna
like
play more of,
he
like, a
kind of like
mentor role.
okay. And when I read it, I was confused. And maybe I read the word protagonist and my brain thought antagonist in the moment.
Maybe you might be right, though. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, after this podcast episode, we'll look it up
Yeah.
because now I might sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Point is, I'm really excited for that. Anything John Wick, I love.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like them, and then when I watched them with you, I was like, "Oh, I actually
my
do really like these."
goodness. Ha!
They're very
So
entertaining.
good.
They're good movies.
Crazy. Wait for it. What were you saying?
Oh, you were saying the thing about cuddling.
Oh yeah, no, I kind of finished that. I thought of
yeah.
another one. If you don't have one,
Well, I do think I have one. I think that I just, like, my brain is so curious all of the time,
Hmm.
especially within a relationship. I don't even because I don't get this way with almost anybody else. I probably think the questions in my head, but I don't ask them to almost anybody else.
Okay.
But like, I ask Caden so many questions. So many. And like, I
Interesting.
have since the very beginning of when we were dating. Especially like when we'd be on FaceTime when you're real long distance, it's like all you can do is talk or like play
Yeah.
games or watch a movie.
Yeah.
So it's like we would just sit there and talk for a while, and I would just like come up with questions and ask questions and stuff. And I love that kind of stuff. I think it's so fun. And I will say, Caden has made it very clear to me that he doesn't dislike this and that he doesn't like get annoyed by it or anything like that. But I do think it's something that like it's maybe like more than typical. But like I just ask a lot of questions. And where I think sometimes it maybe could dip into this is a personality trait that could make it difficult for another person
Okay.
is that like when we have serious conversations, I feel like in a relationship, I don't know that I've ever been like this with other things or with other people, but I feel like there's a level of reassurance maybe that I like want or I ask questions to then like get that I don't know if I have with like other things in life.
Gotcha.
And part of it I
Interesting.
think probably stems just from like I'm not a perfectly whole person. So of course there's going to be like insecurity or fear about things and stuff like that. And my way of like trying to figure it out usually is I just ask cuz it's like I'd rather ask than like just sit on it and try and figure it out on my own. But I do think sometimes it could maybe dip into like for the person on the opposite end of that, which of course in this case is Caden, almost feels like he's never said this, but I could imagine how it would feel like questioning their character or like his character, even though it
Gotcha.
doesn't have anything to do with him. It's just me and like anything maybe that I am dealing with. And so I'm
Yeah.
just asking, knowing that whatever his answer is probably not bad at all. But it's like,
Interesting.
I could see how if somebody was asking me the same questions, if I wasn't secure, I could maybe feel like, why would you think that about me or something? Or why
It's
would you think
interesting.
I'd do that?
That's like that actually, because we've been watching Love Is Blind. That actually is very interesting because like Love Is Blind is so curious because in the show they're not seeing each other. They're just talking through a wall and finding out who they like as far as personality and
Yeah.
humor and
Right.
how they converse and interact and feelings and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting that you say that. I don't really experience that or like know what that's like. But I guess what I mean is like I'm even like thinking about Love Is Blind and how one person might be asking questions and it's like more just like about like internally for them and that person might be taking it as like this feels like a barrage or an attack or this or that.
Right.
And like that's so interesting that you bring that up. It's actually really wild.
I was like, we literally were just talking last night. Like, I'm always very aware of anytime I'm asking questions, I'm like, I'm asking not because I think this is true.
Yeah.
I'm asking because I'm like wondering about it more out of my own fear or insecurity. And I just want you to tell me what you think.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
not like a reflection on that person's character
Yeah.
or the personality or anything. It's coming from like whatever's happening inside of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
makes sense.
but I do think sometimes that probably isn't always the easiest to hear for the other person, in this case, Caden, just because none of us are perfect. So, of course, if you're hearing somebody say something to you that maybe feels like it's about you, you'd be tempted to feel like, well, you should know me enough to like know that that's not true or know that blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's probably one for sure.
Interesting. Are we probably about wrapping up?
Yeah, sure. If
I
you
can
got
I can
one
bring
more.
up a last one.
Okay.
I love to be with people. Like I just love nonstop. Like I could do every day of my life. I could have people over to my house, play games, have fun. And once in a long while, I would need like a day or two break and then I would just jump right back into it. Like
Yeah.
I could host people at my house every day. I could, like it just, even if it was just like you and Caden, if you and Caden came over, watched a movie, played games, you guys came over the next day and did the same thing. The next day we had, like some friends come over and we did like a dinner with a bunch of people. The next day we go to mom and dad's house and hang out over there, or Kiana's parents' house, hang out over there. The next day we all go do something fun. And then it's like, okay, let's take a day like we're at home and chilling. That would be like, that sounds glorious to me. Like I would do that with the rest of my life for the rest of my days. And I think like Kiana is not like that. She likes to be with people and she enjoys being with people and she enjoys having game nights and she enjoys like being with family and friends. But like it's just at a lesser level, which is like, duh, that's normal. Like I think it can be normal to want either way,
Yeah.
And so it's just,
I
it's
probably
really
fall more in the same camp as Kiana.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
I mean, I love being around people and family and stuff like that.
No, it's
I
like,
just like being able to sit there and do nothing and like if I'm by myself or it's just Caden and I.
yeah.
It's funny because it's
But like I
Yeah.
get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Because like I've learned like being married to Kiana, like people just desire to do things differently and that's okay. I used to get like, I think I still struggle with it sometimes, like and I guess that's why it can be difficult in a relationship. Even if like you and the person that you're with are on the same page with that stuff, it still can be difficult in a relationship because you've got family or you've got friends and those people may have different expectations or different
Yeah.
desires. And so then it's like it might not be an issue for like you and the person you're with each other. It might be an issue or not an issue, but just something to navigate with the other people in your life, kind of like
Right.
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like for me, like when we talk about hanging out with like mom and dad and you and Caden on a Sunday, like it's hard for me to understand or fathom when like I think it comes down to usually it's like you or mom. You or mom will say, and this isn't wrong of you guys to say this, it's completely fine. But you usually, if it happens, it's either you or mom. And it doesn't happen every time, probably not even the majority. But like if you or mom say like, yeah, I really want to rest. In my mind, I'm like, the frick you mean? It's rest when we come over. We're all hanging out. It's restful.
Yeah,
We're chilling.
I think it's more about this house in particular.
This house that you guys all live in right now is it's not the same. Yeah, I get that.
When it's not in this condo, I think it's a totally different story.
Yeah, that mom and dad are in temporarily. You're in
because they're
temporarily
building a
with
new
them before you
house.
get
So
married.
it's like
They're building a house. Yeah.
if we were in places that had more space, B was comfortable.
I hear
that
you.
would be
I hear you.
Totally different story.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like, and honestly, our mom too, because of where she's at right now, just in like her health journey or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just not super comfortable.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of us and there's no like good place to sit.
Mm-hmm. No,
you're right. The kids
right.
don't even really have room to like play.
Nah.
It's just like a lot happening in one tiny space with nowhere comfortable.
100%.
So that's where I think like it doesn't feel as restful. And also Caden and I's like only day really to like, I guess Saturdays most weeks, but just recently it's just been so freaking busy every day.
100%. And I totally like you're not saying anything that is false or like wrong.
No,
at
I
all.
know.
In my
but
mind,
I get what you're saying.
Right. Like my personality is like, I don't care if it's like a little uncomfortable. Like we'll just sit around the table and play games. Like that's restful. And so like for me, like there's differences between me and Kiana with that stuff for sure. And then there's differences between like even me and like the other people in my life, like with the boys, like Sam and Matt sometimes will talk about, let's play games Wednesday night after youth. We'll stay late.
Yeah.
Cole is almost always down. I can count on that guy like 90+% of the time. Sam and Matt, Sam is usually down. I give him like a 70% or more. And Matt is like maybe like a 50%. And it's like, oh, like I got to work tomorrow. Like to me, I'm like, I work every Thursday. It's not even a matter of do I work, if I work, what time I work. It's 9 a.m. every Thursday. I got to wake up at 6:30 every Thursday to try to be ready, or it's, 7 a.m. every Thursday, whatever, to try to be ready to help Kiana with the kids and to do breakfast together and hang out before I leave. Like, I don't care. Even if I'm getting up at 6:30 on Thursday, I'll game till 4:30 Wednesday night. Let's go. That's worth it. Like, it's the boys hanging out. But not everybody agrees with me or sees it that way.
Yeah.
And in fact, like there's so few people that see it that way with me that I think like this one has probably more to do with me than it has to do with other people. Where it's like there's been moments where I really struggle with like being sad, like genuinely sad, because it's like I don't get why people don't want to do the things with me that I want to do with them, you know? And it's not really about that, but in a moment that's what it can feel like. And that I think that's one of the things about me that can be kind of difficult in not only like a romantic relationship, but also I guess maybe all relationships. That one's a little bit more across the board with people in general. But yeah. Well. Good episode.
All right. Yeah,
that was
a good
fun.
episode.
That was fun. Like learning about people, like learn about ourselves, like being vulnerable and open about our faults, our flaws, or just our personalities in general.
I will say I need to rectify. I feel like my first thing I said was almost more a fault of, like I made it sound like it was more a fault of Caden's driving than my own fault.
I felt that way. Personally, like I now have an opinion that Caden doesn't know how to drive. And
Caden's not a bad driver.
It sounds like he is though.
No,
I'm just joking.
He's not a bad driver. Sometimes he is a little bit
aloof,
scary of a driver.
All right, cool. An aloof driver.
But also sometimes I just need to chill out. So
the idea of someone being described as an aloof driver is like, okay, in other words, like you cause accidents. And like every time you're in a car's life or death, or
it's become a funny thing because literally like he was speeding up at a yellow light and there's like already cars braking for the red light. And I'm like, and he's like not really looking forward. And I was like, Caden! And because I'm just like, if I don't scream, you're not going to stop.
Yeah.
So then he stopped and he was like,
that's funny.
Sorry. And like just like put a hand on me. That's the funniest part to me. So he knows because he just like, it's like, my bad.
Yeah. Kiana backseat drives me from like the passenger seat drives to me all the time. And I get frustrated because she'll like tell me like, Seth. And I'm like, yo, like I'm fully aware and I'm about to start braking, but I'm not going to brake. I'm not the type of person that starts braking way back there like you would. So like you're saying, Seth, like I'm not even to the point where I'm ready to start braking yet. Yeah. So like just let me drive.
I do think sometimes when I do it, it is like that.
Okay.
There is the like every once in a while though that I am right. And I'm like, I would rather err on the side of I say it too many times.
And Kiana's had moments where she warns me of things that like if she didn't say something, like maybe something bad would have happened. So yeah, I get that.
Also though, there's times when like he's gonna miss a turn. That's a big one where I'm like, Caden, and I'll like literally like grab him because I'm like, it's right there, and he's just like, oh.
Just start grabbing the steering wheel.
No,
I'm
literally.
Just joking. I'm joking. That's dangerous.
No, but
do that.
It truly isn't like he's a bad driver.
No,
I'm just a little too like, I don't know, scared or something or overbearing, I guess, about it. Whatever.
Just be delivered from fear.
I really should. I just go on my phone the whole time we're driving, so I just don't look. I'm just kidding.
Unreal. All right, well, this was fun.
It was fun. All right, we'll see you guys next week.